Well, what we're doing here is preparing a form to be mounted. Taxidermy form. This is a cow elk form. We have to hollow out the nostrils, tear duct area, go around the eyes, open up the eye orbits a little bit so we can use the appropriate size glass eye. Right here, show you. Turn this upside down. You can see here how we actually went down, parted the lower jaw, the upper lip area, carved all that out. What we usually do, use a Dremel tool. You can use a saw, you can use a regular drill bit. This is the type of lip slot cutting tool. I like to use it. I need to get a new one. This one's getting dull, so you want to keep them sharp. You can use a drill bit if you want. Go down, you go around. Again, this is being prepared. Now, what you have to do is sand all over so the hide paste will adhere to the form, which in turn is going to adhere to the skin, to the cape. That's real important. Now, when these here come from the factory, all forms, regardless who makes them, they use a mold releasing compound so they can take the parts of the mold off and take the form out of the mold. So you have to get all this off the form. One good trick I found out is to take rubbing alcohol, saturate a rag with it, and wipe all over the form. Then of course you always have to go ahead and sand it. Now, I have seen some people, this is no lie, I've seen some people take a torch to these forms, and man, I'll tell you what, it almost looks like they're going to catch on fire because they melt them. It looks absolutely horrible. They really don't destroy the anatomical accuracy, they don't go that far, but man, I'll tell you what, once they put that hide paste on, they put everything on there, and it hardens, locks in there, nothing's going to move that, I can guarantee you that, but I don't go that far. I do like we've always done for the past 40 some odd years, just sand the form down, we get everything ready. And since this here came UPS, it came in 2 pieces. I had to go ahead and bond everything back together. I used Bondo, some screws in there to hold it. Then when that came back, we had to go ahead and use a rasp all this even again. Again, you don't want to destroy the anatomical correctness that was sculpted into this form by the sculptor. So you want to make sure of that. Key places that you want to go ahead and make sure that are sanded properly and properly prepared. Facial areas, facial features, any depression areas where the skin is going to have to be held up there real tight. Of course, you can always use stainless steel pins and brads and things like that there to hold the skin up there, in addition to the hide paste, because the hide paste is real important. Armpit areas, any areas that you want to accentuate the muscle tone of the animal, that's very important. So basically that's how you take care of a form, and you prep it for taxidermy work. Again, everyone has their own techniques on how they want to do things. A lot of people will cut the nose completely off, the front part of the face completely off right here, hollow out the back part and put in an artificial septum if that's what you want to do, and then bond that back on there, and then go ahead and cut around, do everything I just showed you. But You know, there's always a dozen different ways to do something, so it's just something you have to keep going. Now, what I'm going to do here, of course, excuse me for a minute, working outside today. This here, I'm just using 91% alcohol. You can come in here, like I said, just go ahead and saturate that rag. Put a bunch on there. Not going to hurt nothing. Come in here and wipe that off. Again, you have to make sure the surface is prepared properly so the hide paste will stick in turn when the hide paste dries. Of course, you got your cape over there. It's all been adjusted, held in place. When that dries, everything locks on there, rock tight. That's no problem whatsoever. So I still got a lot of work to do on here. Again, I got to take all this off. I got to get it all looking good. And I'm not going to burn this form. I've seen it, and other people kind of burn their forms. Hey, it works good, but you really got to know what you're doing there. So, and you got to be careful and safe and all things. So that's basically what you do. You do all your cutting you got to do. This here is the cow elk form. If it was a bull elk or a buck deer or something like that, there would be a head block up in here for the antlers to go ahead and be put on. But we don't have to worry about this here on this cow elk. That's what I'm doing here, just rubbing things down, getting things ready, sanding, preparing the surface for the bonding of the skin. I hope these tips help you out. Thanks for watching. What I'm doing here is I'm putting the hide paste on the form. We have a system we're going to do. I'm going to put it on this part of the form, lower part, around the eyes. Don't be stingy with the hide paste. Very important. Put a lot of hide paste on because we're going to adjust the skin. Taxidermy, taxi, adjust, derm. We're skin adjusters. The derm stands for skin. So what we're going to do, keep putting this hide paste on there, get it on there, let it get a little tacky. We're going to put the skin on, in other words the cape here. We're going to go ahead and adjust it. Now all of this over here in the shoulder areas will be put on a few moments later because we don't want to get a lot of hide paste up in the sew area. So what we'll do, we'll slip this skin on, the cape on, adjust it the way we want it, and then we'll start to sew it. And obviously once we're through sewing, we'll further adjust the skin until the hide paste hardens. So don't be stingy with hide paste. Put a lot of it on there. Do a good job, especially around the facial areas. Go ahead and cover the eye, tear duct area, the nose, nostrils, the lip area, chin, underneath, the neck. All of that, real heavy, because once you put the skin on, you adjust it, you go ahead and form the eyes and the eyelids over there. You obviously go ahead and wipe off the eye, and everything is bonded and set just right. Okay, what we're going to do here now, I'm going to show you, I've already got all this sewed up. I'm going to have to come back, of course, and groom the elk, but remember, we covered all of this up in here with paste, came down here, stopped right down in this area. Now, since I've already got this sewed up, but I don't have it tacked to the back of the form yet, this is all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to have to turn the form upside down, but you see, look, I just pull the skin forward. You notice that nice baseball stitch there? But what I'm going to do, see right here where the hide paste stopped, I'm going to come back and cover this whole area with hide paste. And like I said, don't be cheap with the hide paste. I don't know if you can hear the thunder out there, but we're getting some rain in Colorado. Yay! See that hide paste? And you just cover it. Put it all over. You don't be stingy with it. I'm getting the top part over here. I'm going to have to, like I said earlier, I might flip this over here in a little bit and get the bottom. The brisket area and the armpits, very important. And once this hide paste sets up, this skin's not going no place. You always want to give yourself and or your customer, if you're a commercial taxidermist, you do something for someone else, you always want to give them fine quality work and make sure you do it right. Now, let me wash my hands off here. Here's this, just to show. See? We can actually roll this back down. Now, go ahead. Get the armpit area. Brisket right here. Get all that very well. You can leave a little bit extra on there because you can actually smooth that down. That will give you the contours of the muscles and accentuate the armpit area, etc. Rub that into the form. Like I said, leave it on thick. Don't be stingy with it. And there you go. That's how you do it. I'll pull this skin back over the form, tack it in the back. I'll adjust everything, let it dry.